Hey everybody, it's Kiwikatgamer and welcome to this year's last video in Pokemon. Today we're playing a game that I stole from one of my friends, Zanky. And by stole, of course, I mean went to his house and asked him if I could take it. And then after he said no, I took it. Anyway, thanks Zanky. This video brought to you by Zanky. Go and watch his one Overwatch video where he gets a Pentacle Beaver. I'm of course talking about PokePark, Pikachu's Adventure, for the Wii. And what do you do in this game? Well, I'll tell you. You play mini-games! That's pretty much all the game is. Just a bunch of mini-games. Some of them are really fun. Some of them aren't. And I'll explain why later. But first, I've got to answer what do you do in this game and how do you do it? The entire game is focused around making friends with every different Pokemon, as Pikachu. And this is very easy. You can do it with running and chasing them and slamming into them, which is hilarious. You can do battles, which is pretty fun. Or you can do a hide and seek, which is actually really dumb and tedious, and I hate it. It's my least favorite one. There's also a quiz that you can do that has questions that are just either really stupidly simple or like, how was I supposed to know that? And then with those friends, you can now play more mini-games. And those ones are, well, I'll get to them later. But yeah, so that's how the game is played. So let's get on to what I like about the game. I think I'll start with, this game is really adorable. Like, there were several times in this game where I found myself going, oh, that's adorable, or, oh man, that's so cool. Honestly, I think it's the same thing that goes back to what happened in Mystery Dungeon, where there's that idea that you're a Pokemon and you're interacting with other Pokemon as a Pokemon, not as a trainer. And I think that's a very interesting concept, and I think that should be used even more than it already has been. The music, scenery, and 3D models of this game are just amazing. Just immensely good. I mean, look at that waterfall. You already know my policy on water. This game is just so beautiful and so amazing. All the Pokemon look completely like they should be there. Like that is what their 3D model was like in real life. It's amazing. This was even before the games even became 3D. This was in Diamond and Pearl, where everything was 2D sprites. So to transfer them into 3D models was just amazing. It was very well done. Unfortunately, outside of the looks of the game and the initial adorableness and moments of the game, there's a lot of gameplay mistakes. Maybe not even mistakes. Choices that were made that just don't hold up today. Yeah, some of the games are really fun, like the racing game and the sliding game. Even if I try to cancel all the pictures into the mind, there's a flashing in my eyes. Don't you see my condition? The nation is gone running again. Can't you see now? Illusions right into your mind. Deja vu, I just been in this place before. Higher on the street. But all the other ones just get really tedious really quickly, and I think one of the biggest problems with that is the motion controls. Yes, because this is an early Wii game, there are going to be motion controls, and they are going to be so tedious and so hard and so frustrating to control that I might just scream and throw my Wiimote at a wall. And what certainly doesn't help is when there's nothing outside of the minigames to do. You have this huge expansive world and you have maybe a handful of friends to collect, and after you've done that, all you have to do is play the minigames with each and every one of them. And if the games are tedious and bad, then I have no reason to want to go, oh yeah, I need more friends so I can play the game with more people. Still on the topic of friends, each friend has different unseen stats in a minigame. Oh, Kiwikat, I'm sure you're saying, that sounds really great. Why is this in dislikes place? Well, here's the problem with that. For every minigame that they do it, the reward is set based on that stat. So there's no reason to try to get better at the game. If you're playing as like the fastest person at a sprinting game, for example, it'll be like you have to beat it in 5 seconds. Well, yeah, then you have to go as fast as you can, but because it's the person with the best stats, of course it's gonna be easy. And then you play as Magikarp, who's the slowest, and then it's like, oh, Magikarp, you have to beat it in like 20 seconds. Well, then there's no reason to, there's no challenge to it. It's the same scale, it's the same 1-to-1, just with a different player model and like a different speed. It's still the same reward and it's still the same amount of skill needed. But Kiwi, aren't you always the one who says that it's good to have easiness in games? I'm okay with easiness when it's being used correctly. Like Bionicles, for example. This was the game that I originally made this argument. In Bionicles, it's easy, but it's like a different kind of easy for each person. It eases you into it. And it's not like super hard that you have to have like reflexes of a tiger to be able to do correctly. It's like it sets a precedent, and then it's like, oh yeah, if you mastered this, then yeah, it's gonna be easy, and it's easy to master. In this game, it's like, how much can you shake the remote? Oh, did you do it in time? Well, if you shook it the same amount for the person who runs fastest, and the same amount for the Magikarp, you're still gonna beat it. Because guess what? There's no more skill added than shaking the remote. And I think that's the problem that comes with having motion-oriented minigames for the early Wii. In fact, I have another Wii game, and that same problem exists there, too. So, just to set the scenario up for you again. The minigames are tedious, and the only reason I have to play minigames is so I can have all my friends that I have a little checkmark by them saying that I completed the minigame and got the bonus. But if the minigames are my only incentive for having friends, then I don't need to collect friends. Because my only reward for having friends is playing a minigame that I'm not going to enjoy anyway. So now getting friends is completely useless, because there's no reason to. Because the only reason I have to get friends is to play the minigames. And if there's only 1 or 2 minigames that you like, then you just need all the friends for those minigames, and then you can leave. So why does it give you 198 friends to collect in total? Each zone has like a handful of people, but if the game for that zone is completely boring, then I don't need any of them. I can get 1 or 2 and then leave. I have no incentive to collect any friends at all. And not only that, but this game has the audacity to assume that it is interesting enough to make me want to come back after I've completed the game. There are a couple friends in this game that you cannot make friends with until you've completed the game. Yes, there are friends that you have to beat the entire game, meaning complete every single challenge, every single minigame, then going to the very end and then completing 3 more minigames just so you can go back and then be like, hey, now I have all the friends. I'm getting a little triggered by this game. Sorry. Please enjoy this montage of Magikarp doing things that you wouldn't expect Magikarp to be doing. Alright. Now, my final complaint about this. I compared this to Mystery Dungeon just briefly earlier, and I kind of have to take that back. The idea in Mystery Dungeon was that you were in a society of Pokemon, and that was a really cool idea, and I still believe that it is. But playing as Pikachu, and being in a place where you have to make friends with a bunch of other Pokemon, it just isn't enough for me. The battles are interesting, and I'll give them that. I think that's the first time that I've ever experienced a real-time Pokemon battle outside of Pokken Tournament. I think this is the first time that's ever been introduced, actually. But still, that's the only, like, interesting thing that happens among these Pokemon. These Pokemon talk to each other, they make a clubhouse, and all this other stuff. But, really, it doesn't matter. And I feel like they're not interacting with each other like Pokemon would interact with each other. And I don't feel like it's a cohesive society of Pokemon. I feel it's like a Pokemon vacation, like one of those Pikachu shorts. I feel like this whole thing is just a prolonged Pikachu vacation short. That's what PokePark is. It's just a prolonged Pikachu's adventure short. A full-length Pikachu's vacation, if you will. I feel like that was my most genuine and well-explained criticism I've had of a game so far. What do you know? I think I'm getting better with age. But I know what you're thinking. Kiwikat, what's the story of this game? Well, I'll be happy to explain to you. Once upon a time, Pikachu and his friends are walking down the place, and then Mew comes up. Mew goes, "Hey guys, it's me, Mew." And then Pikachu goes, "Wow, Mew, I can't wait." And Pikachu walks over where Mew is, and everyone else follows. Pikachu's with his friends, Charmander, Prinplup, and Chikorita. And then so they follow Mew. Mew goes, "Hey, come on down this hole. It most certainly will not lead to your utter demise." Then Charmander goes, "Oops, I pushed everyone in." And then everyone falls down the hole. And then while Pikachu's falling, Mew goes, "Hey Pikachu, everyone's angry at each other. And it's definitely because this random flying rock thing called the Sky Prism. So you go and you play a bunch of mini games and have everyone give you those Sky Prism pieces, and then you bring peace back to the PokePark." Pikachu goes, "Okay." So Pikachu lands, and Chatot comes up. Chatot goes, "Hey, you gotta go to PokePark and you gotta play some games." So Pikachu follows by, and then Pikachu sees Chikorita. Chikorita's just sitting right there. Pikachu goes, "Wow, that's great, Chikorita. How'd you get here?" Chikorita goes, "I don't know, but Prinplup and Charmander both got separated from me, so I don't know where they are." So then Bulbasaur goes, "Hey guys, you should come play my game." And Pikachu goes, "Wow, is that the same voice as Mew?" Bulbasaur goes, "No." And so Pikachu plays the game, but he's like, Bulbasaur's like, hey, watch out, because Venusaur doesn't like when people play games, so you better not play this game, or else Venusaur will be angry with you. So Pikachu plays the game anyway, because he has no regard for laws, and he plays the game, and he does really well. And then Trico comes up, Trico goes, hey, what are you doing? Hey, what are you doing playing games, eh? Venusaur said you weren't supposed to play games, eh? And so Bulbasaur goes, oh no, boss, don't tell my boss about this. And then Chica goes, man, but guess not. You gotta arrest you. You can't cross the bridge. Go talk to Venusaur. So then they steal Chikorita for some reason instead of Pikachu, even though Pikachu is the one who played the game. That doesn't make much sense to me either. But then he takes that and he goes. Pikachu goes like, oh, I gotta go help him. So Pikachu goes talk to Trico. Trico goes, hey, watch out. Hey, you gotta go. If Turtwig can beat the game, then I guess I'll let you through. So Pikachu goes, okay. So he goes, makes friends with Turtwig. Turtwig goes, plays the game. Turtwig wins the game. Goes back to Trico. Trico goes, dang, Turtwig won the game. Bam, bam, bam. So then he leaves, goes up to Mankey. Mankey goes, nah, you gotta beat me, boss. And so Pikachu beats him at a fighting game. And he goes, oh man, you should beat me, boss. So he leaves, and then he walks up to, and then Pikachu, long story short, Pikachu ends up with Venusaur. Venusaur's like, you're not allowed to play games, and Chikorita goes, why not? It's supposed to be games, right? And Venusaur goes, people could get hurt. You're not allowed to play games. You're not allowed to leave the grass zone. Pikachu goes, hey, what if I beat your minigame? Venusaur goes, huh? No, you're not allowed to play games. And Pikachu's like, too late, I already beat your game. And Venusaur goes, oh man, you sure beat my game. So then Venusaur goes, oh man, I guess you can be friends with everybody. You should go to the beach zone. So Pikachu leaves, goes to the beach zone, and there he sees some great old guys, but he sees Piplup. Piplup goes, hey Pikachu, remember when Charmander dropped us down that hole? And Pikachu goes, yeah, and Piplup goes, yeah, I hate Charmander. Anyway, we gotta go on this bridge. So they make a bridge with Bidoof. Bidoof makes a bridge for you, and then you walk down a thing, you go up to Gyarados. Gyarados goes, I am the leader of this place, and Empoleon doesn't exist. And then Pikachu goes, hey, but aren't you not the leader? Isn't Empoleon the leader? He goes, no. So Pikachu goes, okay, bye. So Pikachu leaves. Pikachu goes, plays a game with Pelipper. Pelipper's like, oh man, this is the worst game ever. So he plays that game. It is actually the worst game ever. Spoiler alert, it is the worst game. This is the worst game ever. But so he leaves. Gyarados goes, dang, you beat that game. Now you gotta beat my game. And he has the most fun game ever, the water racing one, where you can do some hardcore drifts. So after that got done, then you go to Feraligatr. Feraligatr goes, oh, now I can finally punch this rock. And he breaks the rocks, and then you can go there. You go talk to Lapras. Lapras goes, now we can go talk to Empoleon. And then you go to Empoleon. Then you make friends with a bunch of people. You saved Mamoswine from being in ice. Then you go, okay, now I can talk to Empoleon. Empoleon goes, hey, would you like to play the second most fun game in the world? Pikachu goes, sure, yeah. So Pikachu plays the second most fun game in the world, the ice sliding game. I actually think that it's the best. I'm not actually sure. Those two are tied in my book. But anyway, you're done with that game. Then you leave. You go, okay, bye, Empoleon. Thanks for having a fun time. Oh, by the way, Venusaur says hi. Empoleon goes, Venusaur said hello? Well, I think I should be his friend again. So then Pikachu leaves, goes back to Lapras. Lapras goes, man, I sure am your friend. So Pikachu leaves. Then Piplup goes, hey, by the way, I fixed this balloon, or I found this balloon, and now we can build a treehouse. So they're building a treehouse. Pikachu goes, okay, I can't build a treehouse. I gotta do serious stuff. So we go to the Cavern Zone. Cavern Zone walks in there. Mr. Mime goes, hey, we need a minecart. So Pikachu goes over, does a little fetch quest, talks to like 50 people, ends with a Snorlax. Snorlax goes, bring me big berry. So Pikachu's gotta go get him a big berry, bring him back down. Snorlax goes, I gotta get off this thing. So Snorlax rolls over, and there's a spring inside. But that's not important, because we're just looking for the rail. So we get the rail, bring it back to Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime goes, oh wow, thanks. Now you can go to the lava zone. Pikachu goes to the lava zone. And then he goes, hey, now we gotta go talk to Blaziken. Blaziken goes, oh man, I sure do like fighting people, but I'm not actually gonna fight you. Instead, you're gonna play this stupid rock minigame that is the worst game. So I played that game, and that's when I gave up on trying to play minigames. So I'm like, okay, no more minigames for me. So I'm like, okay, where do I gotta go next? I go back there's Charmander. Charmander goes, I'm the strongest guy ever. And I'm like, Charmander, you're the one who dropped us down here in the first place. Charmander goes, yeah, I know. So then you leave Charmander. Well, actually, you bring Charmander with you. Go back to the place. Go back to the club, and then you go to the club, and then I was like, oh man, now we made the club even bigger. So you're like, okay, that's great. Now what are we gonna do? We go, oh man, we gotta go back to the Sky Prison place because you have like 13 at this point. So you go, okay, we gotta go to the Sky Prison place, but how are we gonna get there? Then the ghost person comes and goes, hey, you gotta go to the ghost place because my mom is like there and she likes reading books. So I'm like, okay, fine. So we go to the ghost place, and we go through the mansion. And then we go into a library after we fix a piano, and then we go into the library and we go, hey, okay, let me into this place. He goes, okay, so he lets us into the place. We go see Rotom. Rotom's like, oh yeah, I'm in this game, I guess. So then you do a game for Rotom. Rotom goes, okay, thanks. I really was not important to this game in the slightest. So then you go up to talk to the ghost lady's mom, and then she goes, okay, now you know where that place is. So you got to go to the Citadel. So you go to the Citadel. I think it's called Granite Zone. Anyway, Granite Zone. You go to the Granite Zone. You go to the Granite Zone. Granite Zone goes like, oh man, now you gotta do this. So you go in there, you talk to Absol. Absol's like, I think that's a fun game. No, that wasn't a fun game at all. I lied. So that game's not fun. So then you go and then you have to do this stupid puzzle where you have to hit a switch, but there's like this huge cutscene for the switch to flip, but it's like super annoying. Like, why would I ever want to sit there and watch a switch being flipped and then like this machine jingling around? But anyway, then you play that. So then you go up on top of the thing. And you go, oh man, now we did that. So now we have to find these two people to get a secret password. We get both the secret passwords, and the last guy goes, oh, by the way, you have to go all the way back to Snorlax at the very, beginning of the game. So you have to go all the way back to Snorlax. Go, hey, Snorlax, give me a thing. Snorlax goes, oh, you didn't even have to give me the berry. I would have just told you anyway. So then you go back up to Flygon. Flygon goes, oh, yeah, here's the place, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You can go right now. So then you go over there, you go up, and then you talk to one guy, you have to beat my game before you can move on. So you beat that game, then you go up to the thing, and it's the Sky Zone. Sky Zone is really great. The only Pokemon that I wanted to be friends with up there was Dragonite, because I was so tired of everyone's crap. So then I was like, okay, great. So now we gotta do what? We gotta talk to Rayquaza. We go talk to Rayquaza. Rayquaza goes, hey, this is the most fun and interesting and unique game in the entire game. Is it more fun than the sliding mini game? No, not in the slightest. So you play that game, and it was so long and so tedious that I didn't feel like playing it more than once. So I played it once as Mamoswine, and I did really well. So I'm like, okay, great, now what do I gotta do? He's like, now you gotta go get the mirror. So now I go, what? He goes, yep, now you gotta go to the very beginning of the game, pick up the mirror, then you gotta go back up there, then you gotta carry it all the way back up there, then you go, great. So now you put it back up there, then he goes, oh, great, here's what we're gonna do. Now, Shaman, because remember how Shaman was in this game? Yeah, Shaman goes, now I'm gonna show you my form that you might have only seen in this game, because it was only like one special event in all of Pokemon Diamond or Pearl that you could see this special form. So you do that, he goes, wow, and he's like, now we're gonna take you to Mew. So we go back down there like, oh man, we got the balloon fixed, now we're gonna go to Mew. We go to Mew, and Shaman goes, hey, Mew likes to disguise his people, so make sure to look out for that. So like, we gotta find Mew first. So you're walking around, you go, hey man, wow, what is this? So you go and you talk to everybody, you see Pimplop, you go, hey Pimplop, is that you, Pimplop? He goes, yep, that's me. I can't find Mew anywhere. Definitely not Mew. And you go, okay. So then you go back down, you go see Pimplop's actually has a balloon. Go back there, you go, hey Pimplop, is that you? And he goes, yeah, that's me. What was that one up there? Was that a fake one? He said, yes. So you go up there and Mew goes, hey, it's me, I'm actually Mew this whole time. You gotta play 3 more mini games to beat me. Actually 6, because you have to fight 5 different forms of me. You have to fight me when I'm Tyranitar, which you can just spam your Iron Tail. You have to fight me when I'm Rhyperior, so you can just spam your Iron Tail. You have to fight me when I'm some other guy that I can't remember at the moment. I couldn't be bothered. So then he's like, oh man, you sure beat me. Now finally, the fate of the world. Now I can finally save the world. So then you get all the little pieces, and then it comes together, and then the world is saved because everyone's friends now. It was PokePark, Pikachu's Adventure for the Wii. That was that game. And what do I give it? A 4 out of 10. Yes, I really didn't like this game. I really didn't like this game a lot more than I didn't like the game Star Wars The Force Unleashed. Star Wars The Force Unleashed, if you'll remember, I gave a 5. I gave this game a 4. Because, yes, it's playable, but it's more tedious than Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2. A game shouldn't make me ever want to go, ugh, I have to play this game. And even in Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2, I had that feeling maybe once or twice, but this feeling came up consistently in this game. So, this has become the new standard for a bad game, according to the Kiwikatgamer. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright, that's it. Bye!